I don't remember my parents. Their names were Richard and Mary Parker. My aunt told me they had to do some hush-hush government work and left me with them. My aunt and uncle always wanted to have a child. They felt lucky to take care of me.
I remember my parents fighting. Their names were Philip and Madeline Watson. My father wanted to be a writer. My sister Gayle and I were always certain their battles were our fault. He always blamed us and my mother for his failures.
Maybe if I was good all the time, I thought they would return. I later learned my parents died in their mission. I never could really shake the feeling that they left because of me.
Mama and Dad broke up and she had a hard time about it. Aunt Anna took us in. This was the first time I saw Peter. He was cute in a nerdy sort of way.
Mary Jane, Mama needs help setting out dinner.
No can do, sister. We wouldn't want this red flamingo nail polish all over Aunt Anna's good china now, would we? You're so self-centered. At times, I was in my own little world as a form of denial. It was the only way I could cope.
My story really began the day of the accident. That radioactive spider changed my whole life. I was 15 years old. It gave me this surge of fantastic energy, incredible reflexes, the ability to scale walls as easy as walking. Somehow the spider had transferred its abilities to me, and I knew just what to do with them. Easy money. It worked. I was an overnight sensation. I embraced my spider abilities, and every self-respected spider has its web. So I created mine based on an old science project. I adapted it to a wrist-mounted portable device, my web shooters, so to speak, and I needed a flashy costume. World, better hang on to your hat. Here comes Spider-Man!
That fall, I was 14 and a freshman in high school. I was a heartbreaker back then. Guys loved me and then girls hated me. Everyone thought I was a party animal, all full of fun. If they only knew that I had to laugh because if I started to cry, I wouldn't stop. We were living with Mama's cousin Frank Brown in Pittsburgh. He wasn't very hospitable. My sister Gayle had married Tim Barnes straight out of high school. She seemed happy. They were expecting a baby. Was I the only one who noticed how unhappy Tim seemed? He was just 19. He looked like a caged animal.
What do you say, MJ? Family dinner?
Sorry, sister. Tuesday's my TV night. I admired the Spider-Man shows. He was so full of life, and he wore a mask, just like me.
I was so full of it back then.
Hey! Stop that thief!
Sorry, pal. That's your job.
Peter, your aunt and I have noticed a change in you these past few weeks. You seem happy, enjoying life. What's your secret? A girlfriend?
A girlfriend? No such luck.
During Thanksgiving break, we went to Aunt Anna's. One night, some neighborhood kids were having a party. Sometimes my life just got to me.
Hey MJ, everyone's asking for you. Anything wrong?
Something wrong with Mary Jane Watson? Get serious! It's party time!
Every newspaper in New York had me on their front page. People magazine was preparing a special Thanksgiving issue cover. I was famous. I was making money. Nothing could go wrong. A police car in front of her house? What's wrong?
Bad news, son. Your Uncle Ben has been shot. Your aunt is with your neighbors.
Uncle Ben? Dead? No, it can't be!
I wanted to run, but that's when I saw Peter outside. I kept watching. A minute after Peter went inside, I saw a shadow crawl out an upstairs window. In the moonlight. The shadow got clear. Spider-Man! I tried to deny it, repress it, but deep inside, I knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
Surprised to see me? There's no place on Earth where you can hide from me. Oh no! It can't be! The thief who ran past me at the studio! The one I didn't stop when I had the chance! All I remember was doom and gloom that night. Despair. I couldn't escape the fact that my uncle was dead because of me!
I had to escape what I just saw. I partied. All I remember, I was dancing all night.
Gentlemen, with this special contraption of my own design, I will perform experiments with radioactive isotope. behind a lead glass wall. Now, leave my presence immediately. I need to concentrate.
No wonder he has no friends or family.
I asked him to join my wife and me for dinner once. He just stared at me.
How sad.
The miraculous explosion was minor and embedded me with radioactivity and fused these mechanical arms to my spine. But more importantly, I know who was responsible for this. The whole world was. Now, the whole world will pay at the hands of Dr. Octopus!
I found a job selling Spider-Man photographs to pay the bills. Aunt May also found her distraction.
Peter, dear, I've got some great news. I've arranged a date for you with Anna Watson's niece, Mary Jane Watson. She's got a nice personality.
Nice personality? No thanks.
A blind date? Aunt Anna, I have half these guys in school drooling at my shoes. The last thing I need is to date some geek who can't get his own date.
All I knew was that I felt suffocated by the idea of dating Peter Parker. Suffocated and terrified. I wasn't ready. I didn't see Peter again for 2 years.
I shall tell you about myself when I was young, to inspire you to reach your pinnacle of greatness.
After Jonah's self-serving commencement address, I was so busy with my plans and being Spider-Man, so self-absorbed that I didn't notice Aunt May's dizzy spells. Until the next day. She was suffering from radiation poisoning as a result of an earlier blood transfusion she needed from me. Dr. Connors, I need your help.
This patient's only chance is an isotope classified ISO 36. The university will receive a sample. It should arrive today.
What a stroke of luck! A shipment of ISO 36 will arrive today. I need it for my research. I must have it!
What? The ISO 36 was stolen from the airport?
No, who did it?
I have all the ISO 36 I need. If you want what remains, come and get it!
Aunt May's only hope was lying so close and yet so far. So heavy. If she died, it'll be my fault. Just like Uncle Ben. I can't fail again. I won't let it happen. I won't! I did it. I'm free. And I didn't fail you. She made it.
She couldn't make it again. My mom's heart gave out. Gayle got pregnant again, and Timmy left her.
I know things look bad, Mary Jane, but we'll work it out, trust me. Once I have this baby, I'll get a full-time job and...
No! I got my own life to live, and I'm not gonna waste it like Mom wasted hers. You, Mom, and even Timmy sacrificed their lives to make others happy, and look where it got them. That won't happen to me. I made amends with Gayle years later. I was too immature back then. I stayed with Aunt Anna until I was able to rent a small studio apartment. She knew I was hurting. Despite trying to avoid it, meeting Peter was something I could not run away from. What did I have to lose? Nothing vital, only my heart.
Huh? You're Mary Jane Watson?
Face it, Tiger. You just hit the jackpot. And the rest is history. I can't stand it any longer. I know you're Spider-Man. I've been running away all my life, but I want to stop running away.
Mary Jane, will you marry me? I know it's a bit late, but wouldst thou, fair maiden, accepteth this paltry token of my affection?
Will you always be there for me?
Always.
Then I accept. It was the happiest day of my life. He always loved me, and he always will.
After all my failures, after all we've been through, she said yes. What a dream. I hope I never wake up.
Do you, Mary Jane Watson, take this man, Peter Parker, to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and cherish for as long as you both shall live?
Do I? Isn't that what Mom, Dad, Gayle, and Timmy promised? Will we succeed where they failed? But he's the man I love. I will take this man. This very special man.
Do you, Peter Benjamin Parker, take this woman, Mary Jane Watson, to be your lawfully wedded wife?
Do I? I don't deserve her. After all the people I've lost, then again, she knows better than anyone what she's getting into. And she still wants me. How could I say no? You bet I do!
And I now pronounce you husband and wife.
I would like to announce that the Daily Bugle is proud to sponsor this reception. I want everyone to have a good time. Even though this shindig wasn't fully tax deductible. And, go easy on the caviar. Enjoy!
I've always dreamed of being carried over the threshold.
So here we are. After that great honeymoon, what's next?
That's easy, Tiger. Now, we live happily ever after.
Dr. Octopus has put the city hostage with an experimental nuclear device. It's supposed to have the blast radius of the whole Manhattan Island. I have to stop him.
Is this the way it's going to be? Some maniac says boo and you follow? Why can't you let other heroes handle him? Or the police?
I'm sorry, MJ. I started this years ago, and now I'm finishing it. Doc Ock's old underwater lair. Why can't I get a cool spider lair? An arachno den or a spider nest? There it is! The ISO 36. Spider sense!
You guessed correctly, Spider-Man. With the ISO 36 isotope, I've created the ultimate weapon. Or the power of an atom bomb without any of the radioactive fallout. I can destroy the city and still have the whole world as my spoil.
Good for you, but you're forgetting a tiny, itty-bitty, super important detail. You're underwater, dude! Now to get some air. His suit should provide him oxygen. It's over. It's finally over. I almost lost you today, Mary Jane. If I had been trapped underwater... I learned that with great power comes great responsibility the night Uncle Ben died. And now you're my responsibility. That's why I've decided that...
Stop right there. Peter, did you ever think that your uncle might have died even if you stopped that thief? Stuff happens. People live and die and there's nothing we can do about it. We take responsibility for our lives because it's right, not because we know the outcome. We take risk. That's how we grow. I took a risk when I met you. I chose life over fear. I chose today over yesterday and left tomorrow for tomorrow. I'm so glad I did. Can you do the same?
A big weight was lifted off my soul. All the fear, all the regret slips from me. The distance between our hearts had been traveled, and now that we're here, I finally understand. It wasn't so far after all.